And our continued thoughts and prayers are both with her and her family. Thank you for the
10 years ago, one of the most memorable games in state tournament history was played here in Charleston. Hedgesville led Cabell Midland in the 7th inning of the AAA championship game. There was a premature, wild celebration prompted by a dropped fly ball, but Hedgesville recovered to win that game and its one and only baseball championship. The rematch is today, and another title is on the line. Top seed Cabell Midland is playing on the final day of the season despite a loss in its sectional opener. But the Knights battled past Huntington and Spring Valley, a tough sectional. Then they defeated defending champ Hurricane and had a semifinal showdown with rival St. Albans. Seniors Isaac Pettit and Jack Eastone led the offense. Juniors Kenyon Collins and Jared Nettercutt got the outs on semifinal Friday. Standout junior Lane DeLauder pitched his Hedgesville club to the brink of another championship. We can only hope to have a game as good as a decade ago, the last time these teams met here in Charleston. It is Cabell Midland against Hedgesville in the AAA championship game as the 2023 state championships continue. Number 3 seed Hedgesville. We're about 10 minutes away from the start of the contest this afternoon. Wahama has already won the Class Single A state championship. Wahama beating Tyler Consolidated earlier today. Chris Lawrence will join us in a moment. Luke Wiggs will join us in a moment. In fact, Luke had an opportunity as we have conversations with both head coaches in the pregame. Luke had a chance to visit with Cabell Midland head coach Tracy Brumfield, and they discussed a big comeback win by the Knights over rival St. Albans in the semifinals. Cabell Midland scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to pick up that victory.
It was like I said yesterday, it was a great victory, especially against St. Albans. They have a tough team. But we were down 2-0 early, came back and fought, make it 2-1, 2-2, and then they went back up, I guess, in the 5th or something, or 6th, made it 3-2. And but our kids didn't quit. They fought back down 3-2, and Jack Eastone come up with a big hit. I think we had 3 hits in that inning, and he came down that big hit down the right field line. We scored 2 off it to make it, or scored 3, and ended up making a 5-2 game or whatever, or 2-run game, 4-2 game. But, can't say enough about our kids and fighting back.
Well, you've seen a lot of baseball, obviously, with the Knights, 20 seasons, and I'm astounded when I look at your path here through the sectional and the regional as well. In terms of teams that you coached, is this about as battle-tested as a Cabell Midland team has been?
Yeah, it was probably the most battle-tested team that we've had in a long time, and, going through the section that we had and then through the region and our regular season, too, who we played in regular season. Our kids are battle-tested, and we just got to come out and do it one more time.
In terms of your pitching approach, how many arms do you have available today? What's that going to look like for you?
We got everybody eligible today except for Collins. So hopefully, it's works in our favor.
Well, scouting Hedgesville, obviously, it's a team that geographically is a long ways away. What have you been able to do to kind of prepare for today's game?
We were supposed to play in regular season up at Greenbrier East and got snowed out. So supposed to play them and Greenbrier East. But like I said, it was rained out. But, we watched them yesterday. They got a real quality team, and we got to be ready to come out and play.
Well, lastly, Coach, the heat. I mean, how are you going to tackle that as an obstacle today, especially in artificial turf? Is it something that you take a lot of preparation for? Is it just something you look at as we can't control it, let's just play the game?
We can't control what the heat does, and we just got to go out and play it.
All right, thank you, Coach. Best of luck today.
Thank you very much.
Cabell Midland High School is in the community of Ona, West Virginia, in Cabell County, providing educational opportunities to students in the eastern half of that county. The school's sprawling campus lies between U.S. Route 60 and Interstate 64. It is one of West Virginia's largest high schools, often the largest, depending on enrollment numbers. Ona lies between the towns of Milton and Barbersville, the two schools consolidated to make Cabell Midland. In addition to the school, Ona is also home of the Ona Speedway and the Ona Air Park, featuring a 300-foot runway for small aircraft. From Ona come the Cabell Midland Knights to Go-Mart Ballpark. Hedgesville is located in Skinner's Gap on North Mountain, where the original Warm Springs Road, which is now West Virginia Route 9, passed through from Alexandria, Virginia to Berkeley Springs. There's an abundant spring in this area that drew the first settlers and today serves as the town spring, marked by a protective structure. The spring is reportedly never affected by drought, and the water is a persistent 57 degrees. In 1738, the Hedges family began to acquire land just east of the Gap, and during the French and Indian War in the 1750s, George Washington supervised the construction of a stockade fort in the Gap called Fort Hedges. The town was laid out in 1832 and established as Hedgesville by the Virginia General Assembly in 1836. Today, Hedgesville in Berkeley County is in the heart of West Virginia's most vibrant area, with growing population surrounding the expanding Washington, D.C. metro. From Hedgesville come the Eagles to Go-Mart Ballpark.
This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Here now with Coach Eric Grove of Hedgesville. And Coach, it seems as though you guys have gotten a little bit of an early jump on Championship Saturday. Coming over from GW, sounds like you guys got to swing the bat and get a little loose this morning.
Yeah, we did that yesterday, and just trying to keep the routine the same, give our kids a chance to get some swings in. It's not available here, and just a way to kind of not sit in the hotel and rot thinking about what's going on. Which the more you think about it, probably the less production you're going to get here today. So we're gonna put our best foot down here, and we're gonna try and give it all we got.
Well, you can't overstate the job that Lane does for you yesterday. You've got your entire pitching staff at your disposal for today. What's that going to look like for you?
Tanner Matthews is going to start, and we're going to let ride him as long as we can, knowing that Jackson's waiting in the wings for the situation we need. Hopefully get an elongated save or whatever we need out of him. We feel comfortable with Jackson out of the pen. Feel like he throws a little harder out of the pen when he has less time to think about it, and but Tanner's going to give us a great chance from getting fill up the zone. One of the things behind that was they're all right-handed hitters, so there's a lot of things we're watching what we got to do with Braylon a little bit, and so it's going to be maybe a lot of moving parts.
Well, a status on Braylon then for today. Got a little banged up there right on that right hand. What's his status for today?
Yeah, this isn't an excuses game. He's in bad shape, and he's going to give it Hedgesville's best shot. And now I feel bad for him, but he wants to be out there. He wants to give us something, and I have no doubt that he will.
A brief turnaround for you guys, but what have you seen from Cabell Midland in scouting your opponents for today?
I think their pitching staff is deep, so it's not about chasing the first kid out because they're going to put somebody out there to pretty similar again. They're all right-handed as far as I can tell, and so I just really think our approach is a little different because there's going to be more fastballs, so hopefully we can attack in appropriate spots. And they've had some tendencies to get a little wild. As far as their lineup, they got a few kids towards the top that can swing it. So we have to, pick our spots, get out of those tight jams, and hopefully get the guys that with lesser production, don't walk them and make them earn it.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you. An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
And we are set to go for the Class AAA state championship game. Hedgesville against Cabell Midland, the number 1 seed against the number 3 seed in Class AAA. I'm Kyle Wiggs. Luke Wiggs is here, and Chris Lawrence will join us from the field as this game develops. And we're set to go. Cabell Midland, the number 1 seed, as starting pitcher Jack Eastone is warmed up and ready to go. Braylon Connor's been a story in this tournament. He steps in, takes the first pitch for strike one.
And I think what's important going into this game is that both of these teams, and this is Class AAA, these are the big schools, have the entire arsenal of arms available due to some key starts by their number 1s yesterday.
Next pitch down on the turf, and it's low for ball 1. Again, Braylon Connor running the bases yesterday. Stumbled around third base. He was headed for home, and he fell onto the turf and jammed his thumb. This pitch is outside off the foot of the catcher. It deflects over near the Cabell Midland dugout. So you heard from Coach Eric Grove how concerned they are. That was a pretty serious injury, but Connor's in the lineup and ready to go. This pitch is outside for a ball. They did tape it up heavily, moved from short to second, so it would be an easier throw for him. He actually made 2 tremendous stops at second base, including one play he got an out on.
The irony was they moved into second. He got significantly more action over there. 4 or 5 balls hit in that direction.
3-1 pitch in there for a strike. The count is full. And Connor, in this first at-bat against Eastone, has yet to move the bat. Hitting room up the middle. Center fielder Pettit straight away. The pitch. This one's tapped out in front of the mound. Big hop for Eastone. He fields and throws him out. So Connor worked the count full and did a little tapper out between home plate and the pitcher's mound. And again, Eastone got a nice hop on this turf, and it was an easy play for him. Throw right on the money. Here's Michael Nichols. Connor had a hit in game one. And the pitch is high for a ball.
And they made those defensive subs yesterday when they moved Connor over. Noah Brown, it was the third baseman, moved to short, and then Chris French as well. So it looks like that's similar to what they're going to do today and keep Noah Brown at shortstop, who's at the play right now, and French over at third. That's going to be a tough and a long throw for French to make. But again, keeping with the adjustments that were made after yesterday's game, having to move Connor over to second base.
There's a swing and a foul tip. So this is Noah Brown in the lineup. This must have been a late lineup change because the lineup we got was Nichols in the 2 spot in the order, but it's Noah Brown at the plate. This pitch hit into right field, and that's down for a base hit. Playing it on the second hop, the short hop, is the right fielder, Clayton Hetlinger, and he gets it back in. 1-out single off the bat of Noah Brown.
And that's why they wanted to keep him in the lineup, more so at third baseman, although he's going to be playing shortstop today. You want to keep that stick in the lineup. Does a good job of hitting to the opposite field. When you got to have a conversation with Coach Grove of Hedgesville, the irony is basically every player 1 through 9 in his lineup, he liked to highlight the fact that they all can take the ball to the opposite field. And the guy at the plate right now, Ruess, not your typical 3-hitter, more of a slap hitter, a good speed, good athlete, is also somebody that's a candidate to hit the ball to the opposite way.
Runner at first, 1 out, short lead over there. The pitch. This one is fouled out of play.
And I'm sure Ruess may make an appearance on the mound by the time this is all said and done. He came in relief, got the final outs against University yesterday. He's another capable starter. We'll see Tanner Matthew go first, but if necessary, it's Ruess that'll be called upon.
Throw to first, and Brown back over there safely again, not taking a very big lead. Eastone set at the belt, the pitch. Down on the turf again, a good stop by Samuel, the catcher. The count 1-2 to Ruest. And now Eastone steps off. Middle infielders back a bit, especially the second baseman McSweeney. This pitch, a curveball, and it's fouled off. Fought that one off.
That's a good piece of hitting there. You're expecting to see a lot of the heater from Eastone today, and a tough off-speed pitch for making a rare appearance to Ruess there, is able to stay alive and try to sit fastball now in a 1-2 count after just seeing the junk.
Eastone ready again. This pitch tapped foul again. Ruess hanging in there with 2 strikes. Left-handed hitter at the plate, the right fielder. Hetlinger is deep. Center fielder Pettit deep as well. The left fielder Nida in a step. This pitch, he takes a shot at the opposite field and fouls it off.
It's funny watching Ruest's approach at the plate as somebody that's completely unbothered by his exit velo. He's just interested in putting the ball in play, make something happen. Decent speed and play with Brown and trying to get it up or get on base with some of the heavier hitters behind him.
Hedgesville coach Eric Grove down at third base. Hedgesville High School graduate. Runner goes. The pitch is low, and it's a stolen base. Samuel had to take an extra split second to get a good grip on that baseball. And he was slightly late in throwing. Good jump, though, by Brown. And he slides in safely at second. Runner at second, 1 out. The pitch was a ball. It's 2-2 on Ruest, who crowds the plate. Here's the delivery. He swings and hits it on the ground to short. Collins up with it. The runner holds. Throw to first. There's the second out. Collins made sure Brown was staying put. Made the throw across the diamond for out number 2.
If nothing else, doing a good job of trying to get the pitch count up early of Eastone, who's doing a very, very good job of filling up the zone. That was a tough at-bat that Ruess just gave him. Fouled off a lot of pitches and then settled for the weak contact there.
Brett Peterson stands in. He'll try and come through with 2 outs and put Hedgesville in front here in the first inning. This pitch swung on, popped up into shallow center. Pettit under it, waits, makes the catch. So a 1-out single off the bat of Noah Brown. He is stranded in scoring position. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the runner left after 1/2 inning. Hedgesville nothing. And Cabell Midland coming to bat. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Hedgesville gets a run or a runner on base and does not score. Runner stranded in scoring position. So we're scoreless heading into the bottom of the first. And the Cabell Midland lineup. Landon Nida plays left field. Ray Williams bats second, plays third. Kenyon Collins, the shortstop, is in the third spot. Luke Samuel, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. Isaac Pettit plays center field, bats fifth. The pitcher, Jack Eastone, in the lineup batting sixth. Ben Folks at first base bats seventh. Bryce Alfrey, the DH, hits eighth. And Hunter McSweeney plays second in this game and bats in the ninth spot. Landon Nida standing in against Tanner Matthews. Starter for Hedgesville. First pitch in the bottom of the first, shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike.
Matthew, a standout wide receiver on the Hedgesville football team, is a very good athlete, good velocity in that fastball, and decent off speed, although at times it's come to him a little bit later in appearances. Got a really good start to the season, but has struggled over his last couple appearances.
Matthew delivers the next, catches the corner on the outside edge.
Made 10 appearances and gave up 15 runs to start the season, but over his last two starts, he's given up 7 runs.
French pulled in at third, about a step in front of the back. Here's the 2-strike pitch, just missed the outside edge. Going for that strikeout on the corner. And an excellent 2-strike pitch. He'll do it again with the count 1-2. Matthew works from the stretch. He comes set. Here's the delivery again on that outside part. Just missed. A check swing by Nida, and he holds up. A lot of hitting room up the middle. The center fielder is about medium range. Right fielder a little bit deeper. There's a swing and a foul tip off the bat of Nida into the mitt of Canarium, out number 1.
There's a Cabell Midland team that started a little bit slow offensively, playing from behind against St. Albans, and you can't blame them. You'd have to make the argument of all the teams that are here at Gomart Ballpark that their path to the postseason was the most circuitous, and they had to go through a lot of adversity, playing 9 games in the postseason before they were able to get here.
Third baseman French again up on the green turf as the pitch is outside. Pulled in against this right-handed hitter, Ray Williams. Matthew holds his hands away from the body as he comes set, brings the pitch in, and it's down low.
And Coach Grove signifying a lot of respect for this Cabell Midland offense and explained the reason why they went with Matthew over Ruest, at least to start. It's a healthy diet of right-handed hitters. That's why they wanted a righty on the mound.
There's a swing and a foul. Taking a hack on 2-0, and Williams fouls it into the screen. Wahama has won today, 10-0. A game shortened to 6 innings. They beat the number 1 seed, Tyler Consolidated. Wahama wins the single-A state championship, the 5th in school history. There's a pitch that's way outside. You talk about earning it. Wahama defeated Charleston Catholic in the semifinals and Tyler Consolidated in the state championship game. Those teams were 1-2 all year. in the Metro News rankings, and they pretty much split the 10 first-place votes in that poll all year long. And Wahama beat them both here in Charleston. Here's a 3-1 pitch, missed outside, and that's a one-out walk. Williams on board now. That brings in Kenyon Collins.
It's a bit of a different story, at least for the state tournament in AAA, but when you think about the teams that had to get slain to be here, Jefferson, a top AAA team beaten by Hedgesville, and Hurricane as well, a top AAA team beaten by Cabell Midland. So also earning their place in the state tournament, just did so in sectional and regional play as opposed to, like you said, Wahama with one of the more impressive two-game performances that we've ever seen here.
Wahama got a complete game, 6-inning outing from Bryce Zuspin. And Wahama lost the state championship game to Charleston Catholic a year ago. Here's a comebacker to Matthew on the mound. Throw to short for one, and the relay is in time. And Hedgesville turns a nifty double play, 1-6-3, to get out of the first inning. No runs, no hits, a walk. That runner erased on a double play. No one left. After one inning, it is Cabell Midland nothing, Hedgesville nothing. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Recover. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate Milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
Farmers and Mechanics Insurance knows about West Virginia's history and is excited about its future. For more than a century, Farmers and Mechanics have provided reliable insurance protection to the people and communities across the state. Farmer and Mechanics Insurance companies are proud to sponsor high school sports and its commitment to teach and promote sportsmanship and citizenship.
Each team with a runner in the first inning, but we are scoreless. First pitch, top half of the second inning to Landon Pence. It's high for a ball. Jack Eastone on the mound, the right-hander for Cabell Midland. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and it's down and in.
I want to go back to that double play to end the last inning. I mean, a lot of trust and a lot of timing that went into it. Matthew fielded it.
He threw it right over the bag,
and
didn't he?
Put it, you know, the shortstop better have been there. That was going to go all the way to the wall, and just perfectly timed and a nice turn to avoid the runner there from Brown up the middle, and it was just a well-designed and executed play all around.
2-0 pitch fouled off at the plate, and Pence, similar to one of the Cabell Midland hitters in the first night, I believe, swinging 2-0. Here's the next one from the right-hander. This one is down low.
And a couple of magical moments, I think, when you look back for Hedgesville, you know, if they're able to pull it off and claim another state title. Lane DeLauder, the walk-off winner in the sectional game against Musselman after.
There's a called third strike. Pence down on strikes. That's how we begin the second.
After he hadn't had an at-bat in 19 days, you know, the emergence of Chris French. And I wanted to praise for second Pence there, although he strikes out looking with the catch that he made in the university game in right field. Yeah. It was a liken to something you'd see from Willie Mays that kept that game where it was. So Hedgesville has had a lot of key contributors to get up until this point, and they think there's a little bit of magic surrounding this team in the 10-year anniversary of course, beating Cabell Midland, but it's a Midland program that is the higher seed and doesn't want history to repeat itself.
1-0 the count. This one hit on the ground to third, charging and gloving as Williams has plenty of time. He fires across, and there's 2 outs. Two away, bases empty in the Hedgesville second inning.
Now stepping to plate for the Eagles, your third baseman, number 2, Chris French.
Here's French coming to the plate. Again, that third baseman pulled up. He swings at the first pitch, rolls it slowly to short, and a nice play on both ends. Collins charging and throwing, and Folks scooped that low throw up off the turf. So a couple of ground ball outs and a strikeout. Hedgesville retired in order in the second. No runs, no hits. No errors, no runners left. We're in the middle of the second. It is Hedgesville nothing, Cabell Midland nothing. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the combination of the warm, soft bun against this delicious piece of chicken. The bun is just this soft little hug around the chicken that's so perfect in every bite.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The health plan is a proud partner with the West Virginia SSAC and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Greatness is built with chocolate milk, the official beverage of the WVSSAC. The American Dairy Association's Mideast reminds you low-fat chocolate milk has the right mix of fluids, carbs, and protein to rehydrate and refuel muscles. Is your team built with chocolate milk? For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
At the plate stands Luke Samuel, leading off the bottom of the second for Cabell Midland in this scoreless game. Cabell Midland got a one-out walk. Ray Williams running the bases, but that runner erased on a double play, a 1-6-3 double play. First pitch, bottom of the second, it's ball one. Samuel had a hit in the semifinal round game against St. Albans. He takes a strike here. The count's 1-1. Tanner Matthew on the mound, and there's a base hit up the middle. Matthew delivered that pitch, and it was a high fastball. And Samuel got around on it, lined it right back up the middle. That's the first hit of the game for Cabell Midland.
Samuel, a really talented hitter. Similar location, back-to-back fastballs there, and he wasn't going to get fooled twice. So get a courtesy runner for him now, but he's done his job. He saw two of Matthew's best deliveries, about belled high, though, and he was able to deposit one in center field for a hit.
So a runner on at first. Robbie Johnson will run for Samuel. Leadoff hitter on for the Knights, the number 5 hitter, Isaac Pettit at the plate. And the first pitch is outside. Pettit had an excellent game yesterday, 3 for 3 with a run scored. Very short lead at first by the runner Johnson. He's going, though. The pitch is swung on and hit in the air. Johnson got about 3/4 of the way to second and retreated. The ball hangs up there for Gano, who makes the catch in center field for Hedgesville, one away.
It was a good jump, like you mentioned, a short lead, but still, Matthew had gone to the slide step on the last couple of deliveries, but a good jump by the pinch runner, regardless, spoiled by that fly ball.
Here's Eastone. The pitcher still in the lineup. French was pulled in at third. Now he backs up about 3 steps. He's even with the bag. There's a throw over. Hedgesville turned a double play in the first. Cabell Midland with a runner in each of the first 2 innings, a walk and a hit in this scoreless game so far. This pitch hit into the left center field gap. That's going to get down. That's going to split the outfielders. The center fielder, Gano, cuts it off, then he drops it. Here's the runner around third. He will score as the throw comes into third. And it is 1-0 Cabell Midland. Eastone hit one into the left center field gap. It chased Gano all the way to the wall. He had trouble with it, and that allowed Samuel to score.
Another elevated fastball. Cabell Midland seeing that pitch incredibly well around belt high as Matthew struggled to get it down in the zone. And it was tough with Gano playing in. It's remarkable he cut that ball off before it went to the wall, but like you said, a brief bobble meant there was no chance for an opportunity to get the runner at the plate, and they did well at least to hold the batter Eastone to a double. But a nice piece of hitting, and Matthew's going to have to figure out how to locate that fastball a little bit lower, or we're going to see a couple of more hits like that.
Eastone ends up at second base as well, so he's in scoring position. Here's a shot down the right field line. It is foul. First base umpire Blake Mangold right on that line. And Ben Folks took a shot at right field and nearly dropped it down right on the line, but it was foul. Alex Cremines is the runner at second for the pitcher Eastone. This pitch bounces up there. 1-1 the count. 1 run in for Cabell Midland here in the second. A 1-0 lead for the Knights. This pitch is outside. Matthew consistently working the hitters away.
Yeah, he is. He's been reluctant to throw that fastball on the inside portion of the plate and is not at all up until this point thrown the off speed on that inside half.
There's an inside fastball. It came a little bit inside, and Folks almost barreled it up. He got a good hack at it and fouled it off. Fouled it off straight back. Runner at second, 1 away. They keep him close with Connor, the second baseman. Here's another ground ball up the middle. It's going to roll through. Cremines around third, and the throw is cut off. It's 2-0 Cabell Midland. The throw cut off at the mound by Ruest. There was nobody at first base. Folds made a wide turn, but ends up going back. He delivers the RBI hit, and Cabell Midland with back-to-back knocks by Eastone and Folks. They're up 2-0.
Yeah, another fastball, another base hit, and it was a good job by Ruest to cut off that throw to the plate because it was well off the line, and it would have meant the runner could take second base. But still, Matthew again, that wasn't a bad spot as the other couple pitches have been, but they're just sitting fastball. As there's a snap throw to first base, they're just sitting fastball, and they're picking up really well out of the righty's hand.
3 hits in the inning and a 2-0 Cabell Midland lead. And timeout called, I believe. Yes, timeout. This may be it for Matthew. They may go to Ruest right here. 3 hits in the inning, including back-to-back RBI hits by Eastone and Folks. It's 2-0 Cabell Midland.
I think it's abundantly clear of the many things that Cabell Midland does well is they're a good fastball hitting team, as you would expect the team that's the #1 seed in the state tournament to be. So, Matthew just needs to put that fastball a couple of other different spots in the zone. Again, Hedgesville's had the opportunity, or has an opportunity, to put Ruest in the game at some point if they do. Mason Elliott, Ian Wolf, as well as both of these teams have a healthy diet of relievers at their disposal. But Matthew, we mentioned the football player. He's committed to play at West Virginia Wesleyan. May play a little baseball over there as well. He's a trusted member of this Hedgesville pitching staff, and he's going to be trusted to work out a bit of a jam here in the second.
Yeah, he stays in there. And the home plate umpire, Tony Beltry, broke up the conference and will resume here with Matthew facing Bryce Alfrey. And there's a throw to first. The pitching coach on this Hedgesville team, he has a place in Hedgesville baseball history, a special place. Derek Snyder. Here's a swing and a fly ball into right, going out the second baseman. And Connor makes the play in front of the charging Pence. And Pence bailed out there to avoid a collision. And Connor was not going to relent there. That was his ball, and he made the play.
Pence was leaving his feet the whole way, so it's a good thing that Connor made that catch because Pence wasn't going to get there. and that would have been a problem if it would have bounced over his head.
So 2 outs in the inning now, 2 runs home. Hunter McSweeney, the number 9 hitter for Cabell Midland at the plate. And Folks runs the bases. Here's a swing and a miss. Went inside with the fastball there and tied him up.
Now, right on cue, you've said it now twice. He's put fastballs under the hands, and he's gotten the results that he was looking for. Good velo from Matthew, I should say, but it makes it look a little bit faster when it's in the zone and not away from the hitter.
The 0-1 right in there. Center cut the plate that time. It's 0-2. Folks at first, 2 away. Long look at the runner by Matthew. He's not going. This pitch fouled off right side. Hunter McSweeney at the plate. McSweeney played both short and second. He moved to short midway through the game. Did drive in a run. One official at bat. There's a curve and it's fouled off. Spoiled a good pitch there.
I've seen Cabell do that a couple of times on the off-speed from Matthew. You know, every base hit's been a fastball. So you spoil a tough off-speed pitch and you're probably going to see another heater here.
Counts 0-2. Matthew trying to get out of the second inning. Minimize the damage. This pitch, fastball came inside and he turned on it, whacked it foul into the Hedgesville dugout.
That was self-defense. Yeah. I mean, that was destined to go right in on the knuckles of the hitter, and he had to do that for his own benefit.
Again, French playing in at third. The runner creeping off first. Not going, and a called strike. Backdoored and caught the plate, caught the inside of the outside part of the plate. Nice movement on that pitch. And he gets the strikeout. Cabell Midland, though, does some damage. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors and a runner left after 2 complete. And it's Cabell Midland 2 and Hedgesville nothing. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you. An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
The West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission serves its 286 member schools and their students by providing leadership and support for the conduct of education-based athletics, which enrich the educational experience of all participants. Our reasons why.
2-0 Cabell Midland. Hedgesville to the plate in the third. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 scheduled. There's a good fastball in there for a strike. Eastone helped his own cause. Back in the bottom of the second, drove in the first run of the game with a shot into the left center field gap. This pitch swung on and missed. Trenton Canarium, the catcher for Hedgesville, leading off the third. Hedgesville has 1 hit. Noah Brown singled, stole a base in the second, but was stranded. This one way outside. Eastone pitching with the lead for the first time. It's 2-0 Cabell Midland.
Coach Grove talking about those reverse trends. Hedgesville have been an infamously late starting team, but they got 3 runs in the first inning against University yesterday. And Cabell a little bit better in terms of getting on the offensive trend early, had to play from behind against St. Albans. So it kind of seems as though with the reverse trends we saw yesterday, now these teams have kind of returned to their characteristic styles of play.
That last pitch fouled off the cap as Canarium stays alive. This one bounces up there, bounced a good foot in front of home plate. Canarium trying to get on, leading off the third inning. Here's the pitch. He swings and hits it to short. Down on it, bobbling it. Collins, he recovers and makes a strong throw. Got to him quickly, and Collins had it go off the end of his glove, but it laid there, and he was able to reach down with the bare hand, pick it up, and make the strong throw. So credit Eastone, each of the first 3 innings, he's retired the leadoff hitter.
A good job by Collins there. Like you said, 3 times he's been tested. All 3 times he's been equal to the task. And when you've got a strong arm at short, you've got a little bit of leeway with a bit of a bobble there to still recover and make the play.
Ruest is going to warm up in the bullpen for Hedgesville. Here's a swing and a miss. Gage Gano at the plate. Left-handed hitting center fielder for Hedgesville. Eastone working quickly. This one misses outside. Pretty good pitch.
A couple of big rallies started by this part in the lineup for Hedgesville in their regional series against Jefferson. Took both games from the Cougars, one of the best and premier programs in the state, and the bottom of the lineup had a lot to do with that.
1-1 way outside, 2 balls and a strike. Eastone working quickly. This one is tapped out in front of the plate. It's spinning. The catcher picks it up, lobs it over the head of the first baseman, Fulks. But what a great hustling play by McSweeney to back it up, and they almost caught him off first base as they threw it back to Fulks. But Gano gets back in there.
You look at the first bounce that this takes. It bounces high, hits the ground, and then spins
Spun like crazy
away from the pitcher. And to your point, I think Gano did the exact right thing and kept going straight down the line. I think even if they had tagged him out, he would have been, or tried to tag him out, he would have been safe regardless. When you turn and make that move to second, that's when you're back in play running down the first base line. So I don't think it would have been an issue anyway for Gano. But, man, you talk about topspin, a little cue ball action there. It just wickedly bounced away from the pitcher, and it's a base hit in the scorebook.
It looked like Eastone was going to come right to him. Now the runner goes. The throw is on the money, but a good jump by Gano. He gets the stolen base. Second stolen base of the game for Hedgesville. Runner at scoring position. The pitch was a strike to Braylon Connor, who's back up there.
And I'll tell you, I like that from Coach Grove. You're playing with house money. You get a break, and then just let it ride. Go ahead and steal on the next pitch.
And he takes a big lead off second base. Here's the pitch. That one, a change that missed outside, took something off that delivery. Braylon Connor at the plate, playing through an injured thumb. This one, check swing right in there for a strike.
That's the best pitch we've seen from Eastone today in the off-speed variety. I was excited coming into the start to watch his changeup. Because watching him warm up, it looked like one of the best pitches we had seen, but that time he goes to the off-speed.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. And fastball is low. Smothered down low by the catcher, Samuel. Hedgesville with a runner in scoring position, trying to get one of those back. They trail 2-0. Check of the runner at second. The pitch is fouled off down the third base line. Connor hit a comebacker to the mound. His previous at-bat in this contest. He had a hit yesterday. Hedgesville, all the runs in that game, the Hedgesville University game, all of the runs were scored in the first, as that one's down on the turf. Hedgesville scored 3. University came back with a run in the bottom of the first, scored by Noah Braham, who got hit by a pitch, stole the base, and then would come around to score. This one is slapped to third, waist-high hop for Williams. Looks the runner back and then threw the ball away. It's off the bricks. And here comes Gano. He will slide in safely. And Connor ends up at second base. So breaks all the way around for Hedgesville. That ball was hit to Williams. He fielded it, took an extra beat, and then sailed the throw.
Certain amount of confidence that goes into executing that for Hedgesville. I mean, both runners' intentions were to steal or swipe the extra base immediately. For Connor, the second he saw it go up the line, he's rounding first, headed for second, and Gano, that was a good job picked up by the third base coach of Hedgesville to see that errant throw and immediately send him to the plate. Any hesitation, and Gano's out at home, but he's running all the way, and Hedgesville gets on the board.
Cabell Midland made it a close play, but he was on the move the entire way. Here's one way inside that spins Noah Brown around. So Connor exchange places with Gano. A run in and the tying run down there at second. 1-0 the pitch. It's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Folks at first had no chance on that throw coming from third. It was to the inside, and I believe it hit the green barrier in front of the dugout on the fly. This pitch is hit too short. Backhanded attempt by Collins. He can't come up with it. It's through. Nida scoops and throws the ball over the head of the catcher, Samuel. So the run is in, and Noah Brown reaches second. Cabell Midland struggling with some fundamental defense here. That throw just completely airmailed by Nida. And head coach Tracy Brumfield's going to trot out and have a conversation with his team, try to get things settled down here.
Well, Brumfield wanted to come out for a timeout, but before that, Eastone called the infield in on his own behalf, and it looks like it's him that is legislating this meeting on the mound before his head coach can get out there. But it's not anything of Eastone's fault. He had settled into a heck of a rhythm on the mound. And like you said, fundamental errors, a couple of throwing errors. You know, it started at third, and then the left fielder on this particular play, and Nida just sailing one to home. And Hedgesville has come back to tie it and haven't really done much to barrel up Easton up until this point. It's Cabell that's been their own demise to tie the game back up, and you just don't want things to snowball at this point because Hedgesville can get hot in a hurry, and you have to feel for Easton, who has really done nothing wrong for this game to be tied in a matter of moments.
This pitch is down low. That was the hardest hit ball by Brown. It was a clean single. And the left fielder came up and just threw wildly. 2-2 the score. This pitch is outside. And Brown down there at second base getting a huge secondary lead. Hedgesville fell behind, but they've been very aggressive here running the bases. And it's paid off. A couple of stolen bases. A couple of instances where they've taken extra bases. This pitch in there for a strike. 2-2 the score now, top of the third. Cabell Midland and Hedgesville playing for the AAA state championship. Next one to the plate. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike.
Cabell's got a lefty up and throwing in their bullpen as well. But again, none of this fault, in my opinion, is on the shoulders of Easton.
Here's a 2-strike pitch. Missed inside. Good discipline there by Ruest to lay off that. Ruest got hot in the bullpen earlier. With a 2-2 game, it'll be interesting to see if Matthew comes back out. This one hit the opposite way through the left side of the infield. It's a base hit. And this time, Eric Grove will hold up that runner at third as Nida charged it and ran it most of the way back into the infield.
Hedgesville continuing to take the ball to the opposite field. A nice piece of hitting from Ruest. Playing with a lot more confidence second time through the lineup as opposed to the first. And still work to be done for Cabell to work out of this jam.
First and third with one out. Peterson at the plate.
Now stepping to plate for Hedgesville, number 26, Brett Peterson.
Cabell Midland looking for a double play. And the first pitch fouled off. A little bit of surprise to me that Ruest wasn't on the move on that first pitch. Maybe it'll come here. Peterson at the plate, 2 runs home. And Eastone spins, fakes a throw to first. He spun around to third as well, didn't throw. Now Ruiz goes. The pitch swung and hit to third. They throw to second. Safe there, but they do get the out at first base. That was kind of unorthodox. It was short hopped by Williams at third. And he tried to start a double play, but Ruiz was on the move. There was really no chance to get that out there as Ruiz was running. So Ruiz safe at second base. They do get the out of Peterson at first base. That is a 5-4-3 put out.
And like you said, if he hadn't been running, that would have been a double play, and that would have been the end of the inning. It's odd to see that Ruiz didn't slide there, an awkward-looking play, and then you saw Peterson, the base runner, sliding headfirst into first base.
Yeah, Ruiz didn't expect the ball to be there.
No, he didn't, and it was a great play by Williams to dig that one out of the dirt, but it looks like everything will stay the same. The runner advances to second. You get that second out of the inning on an nifty play by Williams, and McSweeney over at second, alert to the fact that even though he didn't get that out, he had to turn it quickly to first.
So a 5-4-3 single put out at first, and Hedgesville has runners at second and third with 2 outs. Curveball misses inside. This is Landon Pence at the plate. He can put his team in front for the first time this afternoon. Hedgesville led virtually the entire game yesterday against University, scoring 3 in the top of the first. This pitch is inside, and it counts 2-0. Brown at third, Ruiz at second. And the pitch down low. 3-0 the count. First base is open. Connor Quinn, who had 3 hits yesterday, is on deck. Hedgesville trying to snap a 2-2 tie as we play in the third. The pitch to the plate. Ball 4. Pretty close pitch. Pence taking all the way, gets the call. Bases loaded for Connor Quinn.
The reliever for Cabell Midland has come back out of the bullpen to the dugout, so it looks like he's ready. This game has completely changed its complexion in a mere matter of moments, and Connor Quinn is somebody that swings a big stick.
The pitch to him. He swings and misses over top of a breaking pitch. Eastone started him off with the curve, and it's 0-1.
Couple of candidates, and Peterson and Quinn, to break that home run drought we were talking about here at the state tournament, and Samuel as well for Cabell Midland as some heavy hitters.
The 0-1 bounces up there. Good stop. Samuel smothered it. The outfield, Pettit deep in center straight away. Hetlinger deep in right. Nida in maybe a step in left. Here's the pitch. It is hit on the ground. Williams at third base cuts in front of the shortstop. Collins makes the play, flips it to the second baseman covering McSweeney. And Cabell Midland gets out of that jam with the fielder's choice put out 5-4 at second. But Hedgesville scores 3 runs on 3 base hits. There were 2 errors and 2 runners left. Middle of the third, we're tied. Cabell Midland 2, Hedgesville 2. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Field Turf is the trusted choice for athletic fields in West Virginia. Field Turf is a proud partner of the WVSSAC. Now on the bottom of the third, brand new ball game as these two teams are tied up at a run apiece, and head coach Eric Grove of Hedgesville electing to keep his starter in the game as Tanner Matthew will be back on the hill to begin his third inning of work.
Matthew in a tie ball game now. He'll deal with the top of the order. Nida leading off. First pitch, top of the third. It's high for ball one. New ball game, tied at 2-2. Cabell Midland scored the first 2 runs of the game. Hedgesville came back with 2. This pitch popped up, foul. And a nice play. Hung with it, but he dropped it. Boy, French did everything but make the play. It was a towering pop-up right in front of the railing, wide of the Hedgesville dugout. French reached over. He had it in his glove, but it came out of there. He got there in plenty of time, had to wait for it to come down. He reached over, had it, and dropped it.
The worst part is he got that right in the palm, so he comes up with a bruise out of it, not the baseball.
And there's a strike. So Nida was second life. Count 1-2 on him now. Matthew with the next. This one swung on, popped up foul directly over our broadcast position. And Nida battling here. Matthew forced to throw some more pitches. 2-2 game, bottom of the third. Cabell Midland at the plate. And right in there for strike 3. Nida punched out. And that is strikeout number 3 for the starter, Matthew.
So in the first inning, Matthew got that punch out of Nida and settled into a groove, turned that double play. In the second, he allowed the leadoff hitter to reach, and it ended up being an adventurous inning for him. So a little bit more confident here to begin the third.
Ray Williams at the plate. Walked in his first appearance. This pitch shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. That not a popular call among the Cabell Midland fans. They let home plate umpire Tony Veltri know about it. 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. 0-2. Matthew struggled a bit in the second. Got out of it with a strikeout, and he struck out the first hitter here in the third. Those last 2 strikeouts have been called third strikes. This one way outside. Matthew set, and he brings the next one. It bounces up there. Matthew again trending away from the hitters here in this inning.
Especially with the off speed. I can't think of many occurrences when he's thrown the off speed in on the hands. He's starting to put the fastball there, but not the breaker.
This pitch hit on the ground to second. Connor is right there, takes his time and throws him out. Again, Connor with that bum thumb. And throw a little bit wide, but he's got a big target there with Ruest.
And you can see still just a little reluctant to grip the baseball and make the throw. Yesterday against University, had a couple of lollipop throws over there. So that may be a little bit of an issue for Connor playing through it, but it hasn't affected his ability to track these balls well off the bat.
Bases empty, 2 outs for Cabell Midland in this 2-2 game. Bottom half of the third. Matthew again outside with the fastball, ball 1. Matthew did face the minimum in the first inning, but he did walk a batter in that inning. The runner erased on a double play. This one hit hard into left, but right at Peterson. He makes the catch. Backed up about a step and made the grab. So the first 1-2-3 inning in this contest for Matthew, the starter for Hedgesville. Strike out, ground out, line out to left. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left. After 3 complete, it is Cabell Midland 2, Hedgesville 2. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
An injury at any age can be a game changer. But with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Chick-fil-A and its 18 West Virginia owner-operators salute the more than 86,000 boys and girls that participate in scholastic sports in our state. Chick-fil-A recognizes that participation in high school sports helps to develop leadership, as first pitch swinging Chris French will drive this ball into center field for the first out of the inning. Where was I? Leadership and teamwork skills that prepare each participant for life. The same values that Chick-fil-A in your community shares. Chick-fil-A, proud to support West Virginia high school sports, as Chris French gave that ball a ride to start out this inning here, but it's recorded as an out by Pettit out in center.
Nice play by Pettit out there. He's had a good tournament. Swung the bat well, and a running catch there. He's been on base once in this game. 1 out for Hedgesville, top of the 4th. We're tied at 2. Here's Canarium, the catcher. He swings at the first pitch, pops this one into right. The play made by Clayton Hetlinger out there. So 2 very quick outs recorded by Jack Eastone. What do you want to bet? I'll bet you lunch that Gage Gano's taking here. You need to get your pitcher and your catcher seated on the bench for at least a few minutes.
Especially in today's weather.
He does take the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike. So Gano will try and have an extended at-bat here after first 2 outs recorded quickly. This one down on the turf, and the count's 1-1. We are tied at 2, and we're in the top half of the 4th inning. Left-handed hitter Gano. They play him shaded slightly to right. He hits it to right in the air. On the move, Hetlinger looks up, and that ball is foul. It went a long way. I never saw it land, did you?
I didn't either. It looked like it might have gotten over towards the party deck over there. It just kept carrying up and up and up. Gano went down to get it, and that's a really tough play, or a part of the ballpark to make a play. There's not a lot of leeway at the very end of that foul territory line. There's a couple of inches in fair play before you come up against the wall.
Here's a 1-2. Woo, curveball. Way up and out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now they shade him definitely to hit to right as he pulled that one down the line that was foul. There's another curveball. They worked him away the last 2 pitches and missed. And that one not quite as far out of the zone as the last one. Now the payoff. Come inside and he fouls it off left side. It bounces into the stands. Base is empty, 2 outs. 2-2 the score. Number 9 hitter at the plate for Hedgesville. Top half of the 4th. This pitch hit to left. That's going to drop for a base hit. Wide turn at first for Gano. He gets a 2-out single. He pulls a foul ball right down the right field line, and he gets a base hit to left.
That's one of the best at-bats of the tournament for Hedgesville. Finishes it yet again, taking it to the opposite way. Nice little piece of hitting there and driving up the pitch count of Eastone, whose next delivery will be his 75th. It was a very professional at-bat for him now to reach twice today.
Here's Connor. We'll see if Hedgesville remains aggressive. Noah Brown and Gano previously have stolen bases in this game. He draws a throw, pretty close play, but he's back on the back.
And that's how that third inning started with the crazy backspin ball that was that single for Gano, stole the base and put the wheels in motion for some chaos.
There he goes. He's picked off, but the pitcher, he still throws the ball away, and there's Gano on the run again around second to third as the throw comes in. He had him picked off. He was dead to rights. And Eastone made an errant throw, and Gano ends up on third base.
I just love the communication from Hedgesville because you look on the replay now, Gano, halfway down to second base, knew for a fact that he was going to round and go for third. You know, in this situation where the throw's made over, he thinks he's picked off, immediately gets the communication from his third base coach, rounds the bag, and now 90 feet away from home plate.
Trying to drive him in now, and there's a strike to the plate to Connor. 1-1 the count to Connor. He's reached on an error and scored. Needs a 2-out hit. Hits it in the air. It hits the turf. It spins away from the second baseman who picks it up and throws not in time. You could not have taken the ball and thrown it in a better position on that infield. McSweeney was coming. That's another ball that was spinning like crazy. And McSweeney gloved it, did everything he could, made a strong sidearm throw. But again, Connor beat it out. Run scores, Hedgesville in the lead.
The only thing he could have done differently there is try to barehand it, but with that amount of spin, I don't think he could have caught it cleanly. So there was nothing, like you said, he could do. Perfect placement on a ball that's about 80 feet away from home plate that has so much topspin and puts the athleticism in motion for Hedgesville. And yet again, the Eagles are able to push across the run, take their first lead of the game, and do so without hard contact.
Hedgesville flying around the bases. Now the runner goes from first. The pitch is a strike. Throw to second on the money, but not in time. Another good jump and a stolen base for Connor this time. And Brown's at the plate. He's 2 for 2. Hedgesville putting pressure on the defense. This pitch swung on and missed. Chased one out of the zone. And the lob to first, it's a little bit wide, but a nice scoop by Folks. The catcher Samuel bounced it down there, but Folks bailed him out. Hedgesville takes the lead, though. 1 run on 2 hits. There was a key error and a runner left. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Hedgesville 3, Cabell Midland 2. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan is a proud partner with the West Virginia SSAC and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
It's good to have options when choosing health coverage for yourself, for your family, or for your employees, and you've got options with a health plan. Known for exceptional service and support with a nationwide support network of physicians, flexible coverage options you can count on, and competitive rates you'll appreciate. The Health Plan. Plan on it. Learn more at healthplan.org.
This Hedgesville team's fun to watch. For someone who grew up in the 80s when base running was an art and not an afterthought.
And people don't realize how much damage you can do when you've got athletes and guys that are just willing to put the ball in play, hit to the opposite field, hit behind the runner, and just kind of see what happens. And like you said, take extra bases. And it's given them this lead, but it's still a very narrow margin against a very talented Cabell Midland offense.
3-2, Hedgesville leading Cabell Midland. And Tanner Matthew out to work for the 4th inning. And again, Jackson Ruest being held in reserve. He can come in at any time. There's a miss inside, and Matthew has missed with the first 2 pitches here in the 4th inning.
The remarkable thing, for as much as Matthew had struggled there in the 2nd inning, his pitch count is relatively low.
There's a smash into center field. That's a base hit. Hard hit ball off the bat of Luke Samuel, his 2nd hit today. And they'll run for him. As on this hot day, the catcher will head back to the bench.
You know, we're getting closer to unofficially announce the 2nd ever award of the Dave Wilson Award for the tournament's top catcher. And I tell you that Samuel, is somebody that would put together a pretty decent candidacy for that award. He's gotten a couple of hits today. He's been fantastic behind home plate as well. You can make the same case for Trenton Canarium as somebody that's played the position incredibly well on a day that's going to probably see the temperature go to around 90 degrees.
The pitch is in there for a strike to Isaac Pettit. Robbie Johnson, the runner, for the 2nd time in 3 innings for Luke Samuel, who has reached base. Runner goes, the pitch taken for a strike, throw to second, bounces to second, and he's safe. The umpire looked like he was going to punch him out and then changed the call. It looked like maybe the Hedgesville player dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It was not the greatest jump, and Canarium's throw didn't have the greatest velocity, but it just popped out of the glove of Connor there and trickled behind the second base bag.
Yeah, the runner Johnson pushed the ball out of the glove. I mean, not with his hands, but his body made the ball leave the glove.
No Alex Rodriguez accusations.
The head-first slide made contact with the glove and the ball, and it rolled out of there. That's what I was trying to say. Here's the pitch to Pettit, outside for a ball. Tying run in scoring position, 3-2, Hedgesville leading Cabell Midland. Here in the bottom of the 4th, the pitch to the plate. Swung on, hit to third, scooped by French, and they try to throw to second. Everyone's safe. French had looked him back, but threw to second anyway. And the ball came out of the glove of the second baseman for Hedgesville, and everyone's safe. So Pettit reaches base as well.
What I can't tell on that play is French throws to second, and the tag was applied by Connor. Okay, I couldn't tell if he thought that the ball was still in his glove or if he was trying to hold the glove on just to keep the runner there, which is a really smart play by Connor. It'll prompt a mound visit here. You know, that ball had trickled past him and it was backed up well by Brown. I thought he held the glove on there for a second just to keep the runner at bay. And I think that's what exactly happened. Is we'll have a mound visit here, and you see Ruiz behind the mound. He's continuing to stay loose.
So Ruiz playing catch with the shortstop Brown, and the other infielders, the pitcher and the catcher, out there with head coach Eric Grove. These teams met 10 years ago, and it was the 10-year anniversary Thursday, right?
Yes, it was.
So people who have listened all week are probably sick of the story, but I know we get new listeners all the time. That really was a crazy end to that ball game. 2013, Cabell Midland and Hedgesville for the state championship game, and Hedgesville had a 4-2 lead in the 7th. 2 outs. There was a runner on base. Troy Markley, actually it was Markley, dropped the fly ball. That was the first runner. And then there was a dog pile out in front of the mound, including it involved pitcher Derek Snyder, who got drilled by one of his teammates. They all thought the game was over.
You just saw Derek Snyder on the screen there talking things over with the pitcher. Shared that story with the Hedgesville coaching staff, saying it's something I hadn't heard of until this year after they beat Jefferson in their first region game, for him to pipe up and said, yeah, I was the pitcher. I'm still feeling that.
I still got sore ribs. Here's the pitch to the plate, a changeup and a swing and a miss. Well, anyway, the umpires let everyone gather themselves after that, and Cabell Midland got a base hit and put 2 on, so the tying runs were on base, but Snyder, he did manage to get the final out. There's a swing and a miss. But that was one of the more, I don't know, how would you describe it, surreal, interesting ends to a ball game when 8 of the 9 Hedgesville players on the field are celebrating what they thought was a state championship. And the center fielder knew he dropped the ball, and the Cabell Midland runners knew he dropped the ball. So they're running around the bases. But it all ended well for Hedgesville, won the game 4-2. Here we are 10 years later. Pitch to the plate, Matthew. It's hit past the shortstop into left field. Up with it. Pedersen throws it in. It's offline. The run scores, and we're tied. RBI base hit by Jack Eastone, his second RBI hit of the game. And he delivers. The tying run crosses the plate, and we're tied at 3.
Boy, I'll tell you, I had Eastone on my all-tournament ballot before this game began, but you put a couple of RBI hits to his credit today and what he's done on the mound, and this looks like it'll be it for Tanner Matthew, and Eastone has done a heck of his job to will his team up until this point. One of the rare occurrences that we had seen hard contact off of Matthew that wasn't a fastball. It was still a good piece of hitting regardless from Eastone there to tie the game, and that'll be it for Tanner Matthew. He'll leave to an ovation and put his team in a good spot to be competitive, but now gives way to Jackson West.
It's 3-3, so you put your team. So that's the definition of giving your team a chance to win. As he leaves with the game tied here in the 4th inning. Now, West will inherit runners on base, a couple of runners on base. All right, while we got a moment here, let's clear something up. The left fielder's name is?
Pedersen.
Pedersen. Okay, I'm all confused now because you were told by a high-ranking athletic department official at Hedgesville that it was pronounced Peterson.
So it's been kind of a running joke in our staff over in the Panhandle and other members of the media that we refer to him as Pedersen. At times he's been referred to. He has an alias, I guess, that is Peterson. And I had referred to him as such until I heard the Hedgesville PA announcer in regional play. I don't want to point fingers or anything. Call him Peterson in that Jefferson series. So it is Pedersen, and I take full responsibility on behalf of my Eastern Panhandle brethren. But it is Pedersen that's had a heck of a season for Hedgesville. Wasn't able to make that play to the plate, but Brett Pedersen is in left field.
And Mom cleared that up, so we're going with
Pedersen.
That.
Yeah. Okay. Jackson West, the argument can be made. He's made a handful of starts and a handful of relief appearances for Hedgesville this year. Is better out of the bullpen. Came in high leverage situations against Jefferson. Came in a high leverage situation yesterday against University. He's a lanky lefty that's good. Got good off-speed stuff and a good fastball as well. So a tough moment for him to inherit with the go-ahead runs aboard for Cabell to continue to do some damage. But he's somebody that's more than familiar to this situation.
So we are tied. We are tied at 3, and we're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 runners on, and up there to bunt is Folks. Perfect bunt. And the play made by the first baseman, but it's dropped at first. Here comes the runner around third. He'll score. Cabell Midland back in front, and the lead runner now at third base.
That was a bad decision there from the new first baseman in for Hedgesville. He tagged the runner down the line, and they got the confirmation from the first base umpire, but then just to be sure, decided to still throw to third or first, and Connor made that catch and was involved in a collision and wasn't able to make the play cleanly that allowed the run to score. The new first baseman for Hedgesville coming in, had he just eaten it, and trusted what he'd gotten from the first base umpire that he was ruled out, it would have avoided a run coming in for Cabell Midland, but an awkward sequence of events, and it is an out.
All right, let's sort it out. It was bunted up the first base line by Eastone. Nichols is in at first for Hedgesville. He fielded it, reached for the runner, and you're saying that Blake Mangold called him out?
The first base umpire, and they're going to have a conversation here about the tag because that's what Cabell Midland wants them to do, and you'll see it on the replay, that when Nichols made the play, he tagged the runner, and the first base umpire stuck his fist in the air to rule him out, but Nichols still threw the ball to first base to be sure, and that was misplayed. So you take a look at it, and I don't think he tagged him, but you see the first base umpire calls him out.
He's got his back to him, though.
Calls him out twice. And still, just to be sure, Nichols threw the ball that was then misplayed by, you can't blame Connor there. I mean, he was taken out in a collision. The throw took him into that collision and allowed to run to score. Now, on the replay, it doesn't look like he tagged him to me. But, again, we see the first base umpire not once but twice point to the runner and call him out.
Well, to Nichols' credit, he had his back to the umpire who made the call. He didn't see the umpire make that call, and you're right. I think he missed him because you don't throw otherwise.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He made that. You're absolutely right. He made the play. The umpire rules him out, but Nichols didn't get to see that and just wanted to be sure. And then the collision prompted to allow the runner to score. So we've seen a little bit of chaos in this game. We'll see a little bit more.
So Connor was covering at first. Nichols, who wasn't sure if he had the out or not, about halfway up the first base line, turned and threw to Connor, who was colliding at the moment with the runner. So that popped away. That throw popped away. And then Pettit rounded third base and scored.
And now here's another wrinkle to throw into this. So Folks lays down the bunt, and he's ruled out by the first base umpire. And it looks like they're going to overturn it because they're going to do the right thing because he continued to try to remain involved in the play and ran to second. And if they are going to put him back on base, which it looks like they will, they need to keep him at first. So I think that this is all the right decision by the umpire crew. It was a missed tag. The first base umpire didn't have the best angle to make the play, ruled him out, but they got together. It looks like they're going to overturn it and keep runners at the corners and put that run, most importantly, on the board for Cabell Midland.
So Folks is not out. They overturned that call, which is something you rarely see, because you're right, the first base umpire was emphatic about it. So they've overturned the out call. And you see it, Luke, you pointed it out. You saw it on the replay clearly. I didn't see it live, but you saw it on the replay clearly. Blake Mangold called that runner out twice, but they've overturned that. So he's at first. Eastone is at third, or the runner for Eastone is at third, and Pettit has crossed the plate. And Cabell Midland's back in front 4-3.
Yeah, bottom line, it's a lead for Cabell Midland. Runners at the corners and one out now. And a little bit of an awkward situation that Coach Grove is continuing to get an explanation for Hedgesville. But I think we can agree that that was all the right call on the replay. It looked like the tag was missed. You can't blame the first base umpire for not having the best angle there. And, well, now it looks like they're going to reconvene. Oh. we have another chapter in this saga.
Well, the head coach for Hedgesville, Eric Grove, is saying, look, this isn't Major League Baseball. There's no replay to look at. You can't overturn that call.
I'm sure that's what he said. The conversation then becomes the third base umpire, who's got a better angle looking down the line as to whether or not he was tagged, is whether or not he's going to overturn it, and it looks like they're just going to leave it alone. So runners at the corners, that out not recorded. Cabell Midland has the lead.
5-4, Cabell Midland. All right. Well, when these two teams get together, strange things happen. So Folks bunts and beats it out. So, okay, here comes Eric Grove again. It should be an infield single, should be a bunt single for Folks. And then the error when the throw came to home plate. And Cabell Midland has a 4-3 lead. Samuel and Pettit have both scored in this inning. There's nobody out. Eastone, or the runner for Eastone, is at third, and Folks is now at first base. So 4-3, Cabell Midland in front. And now we're back to baseball. Folks leading off first. And Hedgesville brings the infield in. He shows bunt. He pushes it down the line. It's a beautiful bunt. The run will score. Throw to first. Safe. Alfrey beats it out. He bunts for a hit. It was a squeeze play. It was bunted perfectly. The runner raced down the line and scored. And then Alfrey beat the play out at first base.
Just a perfect safety squeeze there. Put it exactly where he needed to go. And Ruest, it's tough. You know, the lefty has a tough play to make the first there not in time to get the out. I mean, Cabell Midland can just smell blood in the wire. I mean, Hedgesville looks stunned. And I wouldn't be surprised if they lay down another bunt in this situation with McSweeney, the number 9 hitter. And Hedgesville's got to be careful or things can get out of hand very quickly because things are getting strange here in the fourth.
They expect bunt. Here it is. It's another perfect bunt. Picked up by Ruest. No play. Bases are loaded. They bunt again 3 times in a row. And the bases are loaded. Still nobody out in the inning.
Shades of what we saw in college baseball from Penn yesterday. 3 consecutive bunts to make things happen. Controlled chaos. You got a lefty on the mound, brand new, fresh face. Put it in a couple of spots where he struggles to field it. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now you've got a 2-run lead and commanding control of this championship game.
Top of the order, and the pitch is high. We'll go to Chris down on the field in a moment here and get his perspective on all this. There's Nida at the plate, bases loaded, and still nobody out. 5-3 Cabell Midland, and the pitch is outside. The count 2-0 to Nida. West trying to battle back. Again, Hedgesville with the infield in all the way around. Here's the pitch, and it's down low. It's 3-0. I think they are stunned. 6 consecutive batters have reached base. 3 runs have scored. The bases are full. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Another run is in. The RBI on the walk. Folks scores. He bunted his way on. Alfrey is at third. He bunted his way on. McSweeney at first. He bunted his way on. And now Nida walks. Chris, what's going on down there?
Well, I think it all goes back to that controversial play they got overturned, which, as you all pointed out, that was the right call. It was corrected to make the right call. But what I was going to contribute during that conversation was, from the angle I was standing, it looked like the runner beat the first baseman and the throw to the base anyway. And I think that might have been what they were arguing, and they won that argument. And I think what the Hedgesville coach, Grove, was arguing was, had that not happened, they wouldn't have made that throw to the plate anyway, and that's what caused the run to score. And I think after that, everybody just got discombobulated, and they're sort of teetering back and forth at this point. They're just trying to stay on their feet.
Yeah, the wheels have come off here. 7 consecutive hitters have reached base. And Cabell Midland is in command. Cabell Midland has scored 4 runs in this inning. Now it's just the bottom of the 4th. There's still plenty of time, but this is a mess. I mean, the bases are still loaded, and there's nobody out. So this is a huge mess for Hedgesville. Here's Williams. He shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a strike as Nichols came charging from first base.
Giving Hedgesville a taste of their own medicine. We talked about weak contact runs that the Eagles have scored. That's exactly what Cabell Midland has done for this entire inning.
The 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Hedgesville's desperate for an out. And West has gotten ahead in the count 0-2. The infield in. They're up on the green turf all the way around. 6-3 Cabell Midland. Swing and a miss. There's out number 1. Pulled the string on that and got the first out. So now your middle infielders can back up, and you can hunt for a double play if you're Hedgesville, although it looks like they're going to stay up. Looks like everybody's staying up all the way around.
And Collins hit the ball hard in his last at-bat, lined out to Pedersen in left field. He also swings a very capable stick.
And he drives one into left field. That's going to fall. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. The throw in from Pedersen, cut off, relay to the plate, not in time. Cabell Midland has busted this open. 2-run RBI hit off the bat of Kenyon Collins.
That looks like almost a knockout blow. I mean, Hedgesville, this nightmare inning continues and continues, and you knew that Collins was due. Again, it barreled up the ball a couple of times in this game and delivers 2 more runs.
There's a fake pickoff throw down to second base. So runners at first and second, 1 out in the inning. Now the middle infielders are back, looking for a double play ball. There's a swing and a drive into right center field. On the move is Gano. That ball falls in. 2 more will score for Cabell Midland. They're right on top of each other, crossing home plate. They both slide in. It is a 2-run double from Luke Samuel. And Cabell Midland up 10-3 now.
Have a day. Luke Samuel drives in 2 more runs. His 3rd hit of this game. Hit that one to about the deepest part of the ballpark, and that would have been out in just about every high school field in the state. A big swing, I said that the last delivery from Collins looked like a knockout blow. That one even looked more like a knockout blow. 8 runs now scored here in the 4th inning, and Hedgesville still has to get 2 more outs in this frame.
2 runs in. Here's a swing and a foul. Nida and Collins score on the 2-run double off the bat of Luke Samuel. And Isaac Pettit comes to the plate. He swings and hits it into right. Under it, making the catch, that's Pence. The runner tags and then bluffs to go towards third. He holds up there at second base. 2nd out. Recorded in this inning. 8 runs in the inning. This pitch lined over the head of the shortstop into left field. And they'll send the runner around third. The relay to the plate. He is safe at the plate. Another one scores on the base hit from Jack Eastone. His 2nd base hit of this inning.
And Eastone now has driven in 3 runs, 2nd of the inning, like you mentioned, 3rd in the game as an extra base hit as well. Looked like a better relay from French. That was about as close as it gets at home plate, but it looks like he got that left arm under the throw.
9 runs in the inning, 11-3, Cabell Midland in command. And now they're thinking about ending this thing early. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Hedgesville just reeling. This inning started with the Eagles in front.
Yeah.
And the pitch misses outside. Well, we're finishing up our all-tournament ballots, and that's just been made easier in the last 20 minutes. Here's a shot down the right field line, but it's foul.
I'd said that Eastone had done a tremendous job and was already on the ballot at the beginning of this game, and I think Samuel's going to join him after the performance that he's had offensively and defensively.
Those are the 2 names that I just added for the final 2 on the ballot as we play here in the 4th. This pitch swung on and missed, and a nightmarish inning comes to an end. Folk strikes out. But Cabell Midland in command now, 9 runs in that inning. 8 hits. And at this point, it's all Cabell Midland Knights. After 4 complete, Cabell Midland 11, Hedgesville 3. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Farmers and Mechanics Insurance knows West Virginia, and we understand how much all of our high school teams and athletes mean to the communities that we have served for more than 100 years. That's why we're proud of our partnership with the West Virginia SSAC. Their commitment to teach and promote sportsmanship and citizenship is the key to future success. Protecting what matters most to you. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, a proud partner of the West Virginia SSAC.
No matter what it is you need, you'll find it at your local Par-Mar store. From gas to grocery, snacks, and everything else you always seem to run out of, Par-Mar stores has it. Need more savings? Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. You won't only see our stores in your neighborhoods, you'll see us in your neighborhoods too. We are proud to be in your town and proud to be a part of the community. Come see us at Par-Mar stores, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
We will see if Hedgesville can recover and make a game out of this.
Yeah, they've got to get up off the mat. You know, they've got a couple of opportunities now with the heart of their lineup due up, but it's a really, really steep climb back from the hole that they find themselves in, and a wacky 4th inning for Cabell Midland that did everything right on the base paths to build this lead. Still some baseball left to be played, but it's a very different looking game than it was when we started the last half inning.
Again, Cabell Midland with that 9-run 4th inning. And Ruiz gets hit by the first pitch here in the top half of the 5th. So that's a start for the Eagles. West hit by the pitch. He's on base for the second time today. And it brings in Brett Pedersen.
Well, you're looking to kind of chip into this deficit, and that's the first time for Hedgesville in this game their leadoff runner has reached. So that's a good start.
And they're going to run for West, who was just plunked. And Mason Elliott, a sophomore, will run at first base. Leadoff hitter on for Hedgesville, facing an 8-run deficit. And the pitch comes in. It is in there for a strike. We've got a new pitcher for Cabell Midland as well, as they've taken Eastone out. We've got a lefty on the mound and a swing and a miss.
And a good performance today from Eastone, certainly, as it looks like it's McCormill that's come in. But Eastone, great day at the plate. I'm sure he'll remain in, hit for himself, and left with an 8-run lead.
This one fouled out of play. Lefty Aiden McCormill taking over for Eastone. Runner on first, pitch to the plate, and it's looped to the second. Line drive, throw to first. How about that? Double play, everything going Cabell Midland's way. Looping line drive, and the play made by McSweeney, and the runner got doubled off.
Now they tell you react back or at least freeze on a line drive, and Elliott took a couple of steps towards the direction of second base, paid the price for it. And quick hands by McSweeney to turn that one quickly. And like you said, Cabell Midland getting all the breaks all of a sudden and commanding this game.
Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's Pence, right-handed hitter, takes a ball outside. Cabell Midland trailed into the bottom of the 4th, but exploded for 9 runs, and some crazy things happen in that inning. There's a strike to the plate. They bunted for hits, 3 consecutive batters. That was significant, but many more key things happened in that inning. Strike 1 to the plate, and this one bounces up there. It is 11-3 now. Cabell Midland leading Hedgesville. This pitch hit hard into left. Nida on the move, can't get it. It's over his head. It'll bounce to the warning track and bounce off the wall. 2-out double off the bat of Landon Pence.
Good to see him rewarded for the work he's done defensively in this tournament. He turned on that ball, and again, another candidate, maybe not so much, but another candidate that would have tested the outfield wall in a handful of high school parks in the state. And a nice piece of hitting from him there. And again, you know, Hedgesville can't get this lead back with one swing, but it would be harder to do it if you left this 5th inning empty-handed.
In steps Connor Quinn. Quinn with 3 hits in the tournament. Checks his swing, takes a ball down low. 11-3 Cabell Midland leading Hedgesville. We're playing in the top half of the 5th inning. Single A game was shortened to 6 innings. A 10-0 win for Wahama over Tyler Consolidated. This one is hit to short. Well, the third baseman's going to cut in front of it. That's Williams. He bobbles it, tries to flip it to the shortstop Collins in an attempt to run Pence down at third, but that's unsuccessful. So Quinn reaches on the error. And the inning continues to Chris French.
Everybody will get on the edge of their seat because it seems like the wackiness that happens isn't isolated to 1 or 2 plays. We kind of see them happen back to back to back. So what's going to happen next? I think everybody in the ballpark is wondering.
French will try and drive home a run. Hedgesville got a base runner, but he was erased on a line drive double play. Now a double and an error back-to-back. Swing and a miss by French. timeout called. Lefty Aiden McCormill in his first inning of work. The starter Eastone went 4. Here's the pitch, and it's down low.
Tremendous amount of confidence from this Cabell Midland pitching staff. And Samuel behind home plate, runner at third base, missed down in the zone. He dug it out well. Again, is one of the best catchers we've seen this tournament.
There's a strike to the plate. Each of these baseball programs have a state championship to its credit. One apiece. And that is down on the turf. Two and two the count to French with runners at the corners and 2 outs in the inning. McCormill to the plate, and this one's down and in. We'll have a full count pitch. Cabell Midland won its championship in 2003. Hedgesville, of course, winning in 2013. Somebody today will get the second. This pitch misses inside, close pitch. French gets the call, bases loaded. Canary and the catcher do. This is the 7th trip overall to state for Cabell Midland. We've got a timeout called.
We have a pause in the action.
Head coach Tracy Brumfield in his 20th season as the head baseball coach at Cabell Midland.
Seen a lot of baseball there for the Knights and talked about this being one of his more experienced teams yet in terms of what they had to go through in sectional play and regional play. And I think doing the right thing here, just trying to calm things down before they escalate. You saw for Hedgesville how quickly it can go from being a 1-run ball game to getting out of hand, and he doesn't want that to happen to his squad here now in this half inning.
Okay, I think we've had some changes for Hedgesville. We're going to have some changes in terms of base runners as Hedgesville has the bases loaded. You got Pence on at third, as normal.
We do have a courtesy runner for Hedgesville at second base. Number 3, Kason.
The runner on at second will be Kason Plogger, a freshman. Ball 1 to Canarian. Well, see if Hedgesville can get back into this game here.
They played from behind, had some pretty dramatic comebacks in the postseason.
And this one's down low. McCormill will have to come to the plate here. 2-0 the count. Bases are full. Cabell Midland up 11-3. This pitch outside, 3-0.
And it seems to me McCormill came in pitching with confidence as you would expect in a big lead and was attacking the zone, but after allowing a couple of base runners to start just a little bit to nibble around the zone and has misplaced some deliveries.
3-0 pitch, get me over fastball. It's in there, 3-1. This inning was extended by an error as the payoff pitch comes in. High, ball 4. There's a run for Hedgesville. RBI on the walk for Canarian. Pence scores. It is 11-4. 11-4 Cabell Midland.
Now batting for the Eagles.
And we'll have a runner at first base. This will be Cash Dunham, a sophomore. And Gage Gano comes to the plate.
First base for Hedgesville, number 23.
Tough matchup for him now, lefty on lefty. There's a righty up and throwing in the Cabell Midland bullpen, and I would assume Coach Brumfield, as the first pitch is swung on and missed, electing to leave McCormill in for at least one more batter because of this lefty-lefty matchup.
Swing and a miss by Gano, down 0-1. This one hit him in the helmet. Came up and hit him in the helmet. And they're going to check the home plate umpire, Veltri, making sure the helmet didn't break. And they're checking, of course, on the condition of Gano as well. He'll meet with his first base coach. That one, boom, right off the bill of the helmet as we see the replay.
That looked like, to be honest with you, it looked like a business decision for Gano. You know, he knows what's at stake in this game and was willing to take one just there on the brim of the cap and push a run across and will force Cabell Midland to go to the bullpen. Remember, had gotten the first 2 outs of this game, or this inning, I should say, in the top of the 5th, and then all this damage started to be inflicted, and Cabell Midland themselves to blame for some of it because there was an error in this half inning.
So 2 runs in for Hedgesville, and Cabell Midland goes to the bullpen. And we see the young man who closed out yesterday's semifinal round win over rival St. Albans. And this is Jared Nethercutt, a junior, making his second state tournament appearance.
He's got good velocity. Got to see him a little bit, like you mentioned in that game yesterday, a decent slider and velocity. But frankly, what Coach Brumfield is looking for in this situation is for somebody to come in and throw strikes. You know, you struggled with your command, did McCormill after giving the first 2 outs of the inning. So I'm sure that's exactly what he's saying to Nethercutt. Obviously, don't put it middle, but he needs somebody to come in and just fill up the zone.
All right, so it is 11-5, and you're back to the top of the order. Now, Connor's going to come to the plate with that injured hand, but somebody hits a gap shot, you got an interesting game.
Yeah, especially since, well, Quinn had just scored the DH that had been pinch ran for, but everybody on base right now, you've got good speed for Hedgesville, and Connor hasn't squared up the ball well today, but he does have a base hit to his name back in the 4th and reached on an error in the 3rd and came around to score, so he can certainly, you know, chip one to the opposite field or push one past the infield, and, you know, you've got guys behind him like Brown, who's hit well today, and Jackson Ruest, who Hedgesville fans would tell you is more than due to really square one up. Obviously, that's a if scenario for Hedgesville down to their final out still in this inning, but they've done their part facing a near insurmountable deficit, have started to chip away.
11-5 the score, bases loaded. Nethercutt in the game for the second straight day, and he fires a pitch high. Here's a 1-0. And it's a strike. Bell tie strike. Noah Brown's had a great tournament. He's on deck. Noah Brown with 3 hits in the tournament. They can extend the inning to him. This one fouled straight back.
A little bit of a wince there from Connor. Took a pretty heavy hack and then was flexing both of those hands after that play. And a little bit to his dismay, as you see him kind of down in a crouch right now, and he didn't square that one up because he felt that was a good pitch to hit.
So Connor steps back in. Down in the count, 1-2. Nethercutt will try and shut this down right here. 2-strike pitch. Missed the outside edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a good chase pitch from Nethercutt there, but it's not something you could see often again in this at-bat. You got to come to the strike zone now.
2-2 the count. Working from a wind with the bases loaded. Missed outside. 3-2. Full count. Runners will be on the move. Things could get very interesting once again. There go the runners. Payoff pitch, ball 4. 11-6. Now you've got a guy who can drive the ball at the plate. The last 4 hitters, last 5 hitters, let's go back to Quinn. Error, walk, walk, hit batter, walk.
Yet again, a reason why Coach Brumfield's just simply looking for a reliever to throw strikes in this situation.
11-6. Brown at the plate. Takes a ball high. Center fielder Pettit shaded over towards the gap and right. Big gap in left center field for Noah Brown, who's got 2 hits today. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back off the catcher. Gano down at second base. He got hit on the bill of his batting helmet. And the pitch comes in. It's fouled back again. Brown had a rip at that one.
2 swings in a row by Brown. You can see him starting to figure out the timing. Well behind on the first pitch. That one was just a little bit underneath it. You know, the question becomes for Nethercutt, does he go to the similar delivery? Does he try to change speeds here on Brown, who's now starting to pick up that fastball better?
The 1-2 pitch to the plate. Curveball laid off of it. Wanted to swing, held up. It was out of the zone, 2-2. A messy inning for Cabell Midland. But they still have a sizable lead. This pitch hit down the right field line, foul. Nethercutt, the third pitcher of the afternoon for Cabell Midland. Hedgesville has used 2. And Hedgesville trying to claw back in this game, down 11-6. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Nethercutt brings it, and it's hit into right field. That's down. That's a base hit. Center fielder cuts it off, but 2 runs will score as the throw comes to the plate, and there goes Brown to second. 2 RBI hit off the bat of Noah Brown.
If there was any speculation that this tournament might have been scripted, there's no way we could have come up with a game like this. I mean, it's been wacky with twists and turns, and Noah Brown, somebody else that's putting in a pretty solid all-tournament case there with another great piece of hitting. To believe it or not, for a Hedgesville team that was down 8,
tying runs at the plate.
Tying run to the plate.
The 11-8, 2 runners on. Jackson Ruest at the plate. Here's the pitch. He swings and hits it on the ground. Second base, McSweeney up with it, and he throws him out. But Hedgesville's right back in this game. 5 runs in the inning on just 2 base hits. Again, there were a bunch of walks. There were 3 walks in the inning, a hit batter and an error. We've got a ball game again as we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Cabell Midland 11, Hedgesville 8. You're listening to high school baseball championship action on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Civil and Environmental Consultants is proud to support high school student athletes across West Virginia. Participation in high school sports help develop leadership skills and teamwork skills. CEC knows that teamwork and leadership skills learned in the classroom and on the fields and courts carry over into life. CEC, big firm capability, small firm culture.
Crazy game. 11-8, Cabell Midland leading Hedgesville. Bryce Alfrey at the plate, leading off the bottom of the 5th against Jackson Ruest. He swings and misses. First pitch was a strike. There's strike 2. Ruest ahead in the count, brings it in, swing and a miss. Worked him away, got him to go after that delivery. 1 out, bottom of the Cabell Midland 5th inning.
It was a harsh situation to bring Ruest in relief and really struggled, with those bunts and the sequence of events that transpired. So now with the bases empty, kind of able to stretch out a little bit, go to the windup, I think we're going to see a little bit more of a different pitcher here in the 5th inning.
There's strike one to the plate to Hunter McSweeney. He could give his team some momentum by getting him back into the dugout very quickly. There's a line shot past the second baseman, Connor, into right field. So much for that. 1-out single by McSweeney. And he dives into second. That's a hustle double. It looked like a routine single. And McSweeney hustled it into a double.
A little misplay there out in center field for Hedgesville. Just struggling to get around the ball. Gano ate him up a little bit and reacting well, McSweeney, to take that extra base.
Yeah, he overran the ball out there. And McSweeney is in at second. Runner at second, 1 out. And here's Nida. We're going to have a runner for McSweeney. So runner on at second, 1 out in the inning. West delivers to Nida. Strike on the outside part of the plate.
You'll see him work backdoor to these right-handed hitters, the lefty, trying to use that to his advantage. Matthew also worked away, but it's a different arm slot, obviously, for West.
There's a swing and a fly ball into center. Ranging to his right, Gano in the gap, makes the catch. Gets it back in quickly to the cutoff man, Brown. And the runner holds up. Deep fly ball to left center, handled by Gano. 2 outs.
Good job there battling the sun for Gano out in center field, making a little bit of amends for that misplayed ball. And like you said, Ruess has an opportunity to get the offense back in the dugout quickly for Hedgesville, down to their final 6 outs when they come to the plate, looking to hold this deficit where it's at 11-8.
Williams swings and fouls it off. Not your typical high school baseball state championship game, but it wasn't the last time they played either. Curveball way outside. (11-8) Cabell Midland, bottom half of the 5th inning. Ruess to the plate, down on the turf. And the count's 2-1. Ruess, wide lead out there by the runner. He chases him back, then delivers. The pitch is swung on, hit into center again. A high fly ball. Gano under it, makes the catch. Well, Hedgesville right back into the dugout. There was a single and an error. Runner stranded at second. We played 5 complete. It is Cabell Midland 11, Hedgesville 8. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hi, I'm Heather, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is getting the perfect bite. It's probably not the first bite, it's the second or the third, with the juicy chicken and the delicious pickle. The bite with the pickle is it. I mean, that is like the magic combination.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is the combination of the warm, soft bun against this delicious piece of chicken. The bun is just this soft little hug around the chicken that's so perfect in every bite.
Another pitching change for Cabell Midland as we work our way to the 6th. This is Hunter McSweeney. So he follows Eastone, McCormill, Nethercutt. Now it's McSweeney.
It looks like Folks has gone over to play second base. And we'll have a new first baseman now in the game. Jared Nethercutt has come over there from the mound. So all kinds of craziness. I got to tell you, I've used more ink on this scorecard than just about any scorecard all season long. And I'm sure I have a funny feeling that that's going to continue.
Each team has batted around once. Of course, that inning in the fourth, a crazy inning with the play at first base, when the first baseman Nichols got an out call on a tag. One of the Cabell Midland players bunted up the first base line. The initial call was out. Nichols turned and threw to first anyway, and that led to a run scoring. And then two more Cabell Midland players bunted their way on base. And there were some key hits in that inning, one by Kenyon Collins that drove in a run, a double by Luke Samuel that drove in two. They opened the lead at that point, and then Hedgesville came back and batted around in the fifth and got back in the game. So that's where we stand, 11-8 Cabell Midland, leading Hedgesville, top of the sixth. Brett Pedersen at the plate against this new pitcher. He swings and taps it foul. First pitch was a strike, and the count's 0-2.
The man on deck, Lendon Pence, is what started that crazy fifth inning for Hedgesville with that line shot double before that Quinn error. So Hedgesville can do some damage with this part of the lineup.
Swing and a fly ball into right, over to his right. That's Hetlinger. He makes the catch for the first out of the sixth. Now Cabell Midland, again, starting to count the outs down. 5 outs to go to a state championship.
Absolutely, and McSweeney already doing a great job. Fill up the zone. Trust your defense. You know it's a deep ballpark, and just about everything's going to get contained. You're pitching with a 3-run lead, and don't give Hedgesville a lifeline. Just come in and throw strikes.
Pitch to Pence, swung on and fouled out of play. Cabell Midland players chase that over down to the line. It goes over the wall out of play. Strike one to Pence, who has a double, a walk. Run scored in this game. It is 11-8. Cabell Midland in front. This pitch low and outside. There's a swing and a ground ball to short. Collins up with it, sidearm throw. And it's on the money, 2 outs in the Hedgesville sixth. So McSweeney has come in and calmed things down.
Put that one right under the hands, and Pence couldn't turn on it quick enough. Ground ball out, soft contact. Like you said, doing his job, and that countdown continues for Cabell.
Wahama beat Tyler Consolidated 10-0 in 6 innings earlier today for the single-A title. There's a curve for a strike. Cabell Midland leads Hedgesville 11-8 in the sixth. Coming up later, Winfield against Kaiser for the Double-A championship. Swing and a miss. Got fooled there. And that's strike two.
Those were two of the best breaking pitches that we'd seen all weekend from any pitcher in a well-pitched tournament from McSweeney. Just a ton of bite. And the first one, the batter wanted no part of, and that time coming up empty. And McSweeney looking to put the finishing touches on a very rare 1-2-3 inning that we've seen in this game.
Here comes a curve again. Or at least that's what I'd put down after those first two.
This would just be the second 1-2-3
fastball. Oh. Everyone in the ballpark, with the exception of home plate umpire Tony Beltry, thought that was strike three.
Ooh. Didn't miss by much.
And there's a base hit into center. Well, the second baseman slides down, cuts it off. Folks, he just reached the bat out there.
That's baseball. I mean, you're completely fooled in that bat.
Yeah.
You completely are fooled by 2 off-speed pitches, and you get a lifeline by just a margin call there with 2 strikes, and then just reach the bat head out and get a single.
He just literally stuck the bat out and got it past the pitcher, over the head of the pitcher, behind second, and he gets a base hit. Now here's a pop-up on the first delivery to French, playable for the first baseman, and Nethercutt makes the catch. They get the base hit, but that runner stranded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left. And Cabell Midland now 3 outs away from a state championship. They'll try and add some insurance in the bottom of the sixth. with the score. Cabell Midland 11, Hedgesville 8. We're back after this on the Metro News Radio Network.
Ready?
It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right.
Recover.
Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Chocolate Milk, the official beverage of high school sports, is brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast.
The 11-8 Cabell Midland leading Hedgesville. Cabell Midland coming to bat here in the bottom of the sixth, looking for some insurance. And it'll be Collins, Samuel, Pettit, Dew. Hedgesville had the lead into this game in the bottom of the fourth. And Cabell Midland had an inning unlike many we've seen here. Here's a swing and a pop-up off the bat of Collins, the first pitch. And it's handled by the second baseman, Connor. Connor, the first baseman, Nichols, and the pitcher, Ruest, all converged there. That ball between the pitcher's mound and first base. And Connor made the play for out number one here in the bottom half of the sixth inning.
It's just yelling the loudest there.
11-8. That is the lead for Cabell Midland. And a first pitch strike to Luke Samuel. What a day for Samuel. 3 for 3. 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. This pitch fouled off right side. Looking ahead to the seventh, Hedgesville will have hitters 8, 9, and 1 due. Canarium, Gano, and Connor. It will be at a minimum a 3-run deficit. This pitch just misses the outside edge.
And not to mention for Samuel, I want to again say that he's been unbelievably capable defensively today.
This pitch swung on and missed. Straight change?
I think so. I'd have to take another look at it because that had a lot of late dip. But Ruest has got some nasty stuff now that he's really settled in. And that was a great delivery there. That's exactly what it looked like.
Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's Pettit. He swings and fouls it back right in front of the Cabell Midland student section.
That was a changeup. And a nasty one.
It was, man. He missed the bat by 3 feet. This pitch swung on and missed.
So you can see how deep he had it in his hands, obviously, to get that spin and the lack of velocity, I should say. That's a nasty pitch.
0-2 the count. We'll see if we see it again here. Nope. Fastball, and it's fouled away. Base is empty, 2 outs in the Cabell Midland sixth inning. There's the change again. He left it a little bit higher this time, and it was fouled off straight back.
That's the key with a pitch like that. You usually don't ever see it above the belt, and I think it was a mistake by Ruest there. As much as it drops, you want it low at the zone.
And the next 2-strike pitch. Curveball, strike 3. Ruest is on. Great swing and miss stuff here in the last couple of innings. We'll see if Hedgesville can rally. They've got 3 more outs. They need 3 more runs. That sends us to the 7th. It is Cabell Midland 11 and Hedgesville 8. Back after this on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Last chance for Hedgesville, and the Eagles will send up 8, 9, and 1 in the order, and Canarium will come to the plate.
Bottom three hitters for Hedgesville today have scored 5 of the Eagles' runs, so don't count the Eagles out just yet, especially with the twists and turns we've seen in this game.
First pitch swung on, hit in the air, foul, right side. Cabell Midland student section, they're making some noise, having fun right in front of us. Cheering their friends on. School's out, so everybody's in a good mood. Graduation ceremonies have already taken place. 0-1 pitch, misses the outside edge. McSweeney trying to finish this off for the Knights of Cabell Midland. Pitch is high. We're in the 7th. It is 11-8 Cabell Midland leading Hedgesville. Hedgesville has to get base runners. Canarium doing anything and everything he can to get on. He swings and misses. 2 strikes on the catcher at Canarium. Gano on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. He hangs on. Samuel gets it for out number 1. A strikeout. And Cabell Midland is 1 out closer.
You know, if this was a hockey game, you talk about your 3 stars of the game, Luke Samuel, Jack Eastone for sure. And I think a nod needs to go to McSweeney coming out of the bullpen and settling everything down.
The pitch, swing and a miss. And McSweeney's got 2 base hits today and a run scored, so that's it's hard to argue with that one. The 0-1 pitch, he's working fast, swing and a miss. Gano down 2 strikes. Gano right back in there. McSweeney wants to work quick. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts to begin the 7th inning. And Connor will come to the plate. Played through a busted up thumb in this tournament, most of this tournament. Connor, a senior, takes a strike. McSweeney trying to put this game away right here. He struck out the first 2 in the 7th inning. This pitch, check swing, and it's low. Many crazy twists and turns in this game. It's brought us to the 7th. Cabell Midland 11, Hedgesville 8. Here's the pitch to Connor. He swings, hits it into center, Pettit over in the gap, makes the catch. Cabell Midland gets the breaks and gets the championship. As the Knights celebrate behind the pitcher's mound, it is the 2nd state championship in school history and the first baseball title since 2003. The Cabell Midland Knights, they are champions of big school baseball, the AAA class champions for 2023. And the celebration is on. Cabell Midland has the huge inning in the 4th as they turn the game around, trailed in that inning, but ended up scoring 9 runs in an inning where there was a key error and 3 consecutive bunt hits. Cabell Midland, the champion for 2023. We'll take a local break and return. We'll go to the field in a moment. Stay with us The final score, Cabell Midland 11 and Hedgesville 8. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Farmers and Mechanics Insurance knows West Virginia, and we understand how much all of our high school teams and athletes mean to the communities that we have served for more than 100 years. That's why we're proud of our partnership with the West Virginia SSAC. Their commitment to teach and promote sportsmanship and citizenship is the key to future success. Protecting what matters most to you. Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, a proud partner of the West Virginia SSAC.
No matter what it is you need, you'll find it at your local Par-Mar store. From gas to grocery, snacks, and everything else you always seem to run out of, Par-Mar stores has it. Need more savings? Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. You won't only see our stores in your neighborhoods, you'll see us in your neighborhoods too. We are proud to be in your town and proud to be a part of the community. Come see us at Par-Mar stores, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
The 11-8, the final. Cabell Midland wins the second baseball championship in school history, and somewhere out there in the celebration is Chris.
Activities Commission staff.
With Coach. Coach, congratulations. What a game.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a heck of a game. We were down 3-2. We put 9 on the board, and they came back, put 5 on the board. And, Hunter came in and closed the door.
Talk a little bit about that inning. You came into that inning, you were behind. You came out of it nearly mercy killing them.
Our bats came alive like the other night against St. Albans. We were sitting there and they had us kind of stymied for a little bit. Then all of a sudden our bats come alive. We put down some tremendous bunts in that inning that opened the door up, and our kids just got belief and just put the ball in play and made things happen.
I was going to say, you actually put down 3 straight bunts there that were perfectly executed.
Yeah, we work on bunting over and over, and we tell the kids, and these kids hate bunting, but we tell them when you get to the big games and all that, you have to be able to bunt.
Talk to me about the performance today of Eastone and of Samuel. What days they had?
A great day. I mean, Eastone didn't have his best stuff today, but he battled through 4 or 5 innings. And Luke, as hot as it is, and we wore black again because the kids wanted to wear black, and we told them we'll wear white, but they said black, so we got, a heck of a job with Luke behind the plate.
Kyle Wicks pointed this out on the broadcast. When these two teams get together, anything could happen.
Anything can happen. 10 years ago, they got the best of us. And we were ahead of them at one time 10 years ago, and they came back and beat us. But this year, it was our turn.
Yeah, that was yesterday was the 10th anniversary of that, so now you get to brag for the next 10 years.
Yes, sir, 10 years. This is the first time in 20 years that the Midlands won a state championship.
Congratulations, Coach. Go celebrate with your guys.
All right, thank you very much.
Wow, and ecstatic, ecstatic head coach Tracy Brumfield. He managed to sum that whole crazy game up there in about a minute and a half.
We should put a headset on him to do the post game too. You're absolutely right. I mean, how can you describe what's been such a crazy game between these two teams? But it ends in a Midland title. They get revenge from that state championship game from 10 years ago, and well deserved. What a season it's been for them. They wanted to wear black, and it paid off.
The men in black, they win it today. The championship, 11-8, the final. Cabell Midland. They defeat Hedgesville. We'll take a quick break. We'll go back down in the field. Another local break coming. You're listening to High School Championship Baseball on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Jackson Plotter. Owen Bitchell. Ian Wood. Mason Elliott. Levi Fairclough. Evan Williams. Jason DeWater. Noah Brown. Rodnell Rivera Sosa. Kate Hash Dunham. Michael Nichols. Waylon Connor. Noah Brown. Jackson Ruiz. Brett Peterson. Landon Pence. Connor Quinn. Chris French. Trenton Canarian. Gage Gano. And head coach of the Eagles, Eric Grove. Excuse me, Tanner Matthews, one of our other players. Now Eric Grove. And his assistant coaches, Mickey Brown, Derek Snyder, Mike Quinn, and Cletus Watts. They are being presented with the runner-up trophy. Let's hear it for Hedgesville High School. And now, the members of Cabell Midland High School are asked to come forward to receive their individual awards for the 2023 Baseball Championship team. Team members, coaches, and support staff are asked to come forward to receive your awards as your name is announced. For Cabell Midland, Aiden McCornell. Evan Akers, Jordan Hicks, Jared Nethercutt, Landon Bowen, Alex Cummings, Porter Atkins, Cade Johnson, Owen Maynard, Landon Nida, Ray Williams, Kendon Collins, Luke Samuel, Isaac Pettit, Jack Easton, Ben Fultz, Bryce Alfred, Hunter McSweeney, Clayton Hedinger, and now the head coach, Tracy Brumfield, and his assistant coaches, George Brumfield, Rodney May, Greg Childers, Russ Gaskins, and Chris Brumfield. And we thank your support staff who've been joining you. And now, with much pride and pleasure, we would like to present the Class AAA West Virginia 2023 Baseball Championship basketball to the Cabell Midland Knights. Thank you, Cabell Midland. Let's hear it for them. Again, we would like to express our sincere thanks to everyone who has been a part of the 2022 baseball championship tournament at
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
An injury at any age can be a game changer, but with walk-in clinics Monday through Saturday, the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute is ready to get you off the bench and back in the game. Marshall Sports Medicine Institute takes care of the herd. Let us take care of you.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff, we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.